presentation, so let's get started. A very exciting, unique concept here. Just a moment here. Here we go. Okay, there we are, our opening slide, a beautiful picture here. Have you ever wondered if one ordinary person could really make a difference? On April 4th, 1975, a U.S. jet carrying 243 Vietnamese orphans crashed into the jungle outside Tan Son Nhut. A third of the children burned to death. Many of the remaining were critically injured. Soon after the crash, the Pentagon announced it wouldn't have the resources to rescue these children for like 10 days. The world received the news, of course, with widespread sense of hopelessness, but one individual decided to take action. Robert McCauley, a paper broker from Connecticut, immediately chartered a Boeing 747 to rescue these young survivors, and within 48 hours, the children were safe in California, and you can see them on the slide here in this 747 those many years ago. What a lot of people didn't know is that McCauley didn't have the $10,000 in the bank to cover the down payment for the aircraft, nor the $241,000 for the remaining balance. This was a minor detail to his philanthropic mind, so to cover his expenses, he took out a mortgage on his house. Later, his wife Layla would comment that it was a fair trade. The bank got the house, and Bob got the kids. Now, after rescuing those orphans and meeting with the Pope a couple of years later, Mr. McCauley went on to found one of the largest and most charitable nonprofits in the world. But you know what? Despite the best efforts of great people like Bob McCauley, disease persists. Suffering still happens. Kids go hungry, don't they? The traditional model of giving just isn't working at the level that we need it to. So what else can we do? I'd like to introduce you to a very unique concept called social entrepreneurship. The greatest example of social entrepreneurship is Tom's Shoes. For every pair of shoes purchased, Tom gives away a pair of shoes to children without shoes. And Tom's is the fastest growing shoe company in the world now, and they've achieved their success all without any form of advertising. How is that possible? Because when you buy a pair of Tom's, you're not just wearing shoes, are you? You're promoting a cause. You're participating in a movement. You're making a difference. Social entrepreneurship, combined with word-of-mouth marketing, has provided over 1 million pairs of shoes to those in need, and the process made founder Blake McCoskey a millionaire. So what is it? What is social entrepreneurship? Well, PBS did a whole series on this a number of years ago, and to quote from their website, the job of a social entrepreneur is to recognize what part of society is stuck and look for new ways to get it unstuck. And what social entrepreneurs do is they identify resources where others only see problems. We look for solutions. And another great story is Mimi Silbert here, one of the new heroes in the PBS series. In 1971, she founded Delancey Street with 4 residents, a $1,000 loan, and a dream. And she envisioned a place where drug abusers, felons, and those who have hit absolute bottom could turn their lives around. What a courageous lady. And this has turned into a $20 million per year business without a single penny of government funds, and is now celebrated as one of the most successful rehabilitation programs in America. And in fact, Delancey Street's residents run all kinds of businesses, like a popular restaurant, a moving services, and many others. It's an amazing story and well worth Googling. And here's an article that I found while researching this on the LA Times. And the author of the article finished it like this: but the image I see most clearly when I think of Delancey Street Restaurant is the face of my daughter Kim, strong, happy, healthy, and beautiful, an accomplished executive, an extraordinary wife and mother. And Kim was a Delancey Street resident for 10 years. An amazing story of personal transformation and how we as social entrepreneurs can make a difference. Now, this is a major trend that's happening right now. Books are being written about it. This one here, How to Change the World, Social Entrepreneurs, and the Power of New Ideas. So what about this? What if the power of social entrepreneurship was used to combat the number one humanitarian issue in the world today? Yes, hunger and malnutrition. Up to half of all childhood deaths are caused by malnutrition still. And according to the United Nations, 21,000 people die every day due to hunger and hunger-related causes. That's one person every 4 seconds. And most of those people are children. It's amazing. And it's not because there's not enough food in the world. There is. And it's not because we can't reach those people. We can. Advances in technology and infrastructure make it so that people from all over the world are able to connect and help each other in ways that were impossible before. And in fact, Tom's Shoes is just the beginning. Many companies are recognizing the power of this approach and starting to adopt the principles of social entrepreneurship into their revenue models. In fact, business colleges, universities all over the world are teaching courses on it. And all people from all walks of life are waking up to the potential to positively impact the world, striving for something more than just a paycheck. We want to make sure that what we do makes a difference today. I'd like you to meet Zango. Now, Zango is a health and wellness company that reached over $1 billion in cumulative sales in just 5 years. That's faster than any one of these well-recognized companies. And they also provided 1,700 smiles through Operation Smile. Imagine a difference a smile like that can make to a child's life, and donated over $40 million to children's charities around the world in the last 11 years. An amazing story for sure. And there's the picture of the smile. Imagine what a smile like this can do. You can see the before on the bottom right to the bigger picture on the left, what a smile like that can do in a child's life. Now, Zango also realized that social entrepreneurship could create a financially rewarding way for large numbers of people to play a significant role in changing the world. I'd like to introduce you to the Zango Meal Pack program. Now, this is an ingenious meal replacement program designed specifically to help bring those out of the red zone of starvation and who can no longer digest solid food due to poverty, famine, and other disasters. The meal packs contain the essential nutrients needed for a healthy diet and provide a nutritional supplement suitable for both children and adults. Now, each serving contains a high-calorie, vitamin-rich powder that becomes a porridge when water is added. You can see children eating their porridge here on the screen. And to guarantee that these meal packs arrive safely to those that need it most, they partnered with one of the most reputable charities they could find, AmeriCares. And since it was established in 1982, it has distributed more than $11 billion in humanitarian aid to 164 countries. And their founder is Robert McCauley. Yep, the very same Robert McCauley who helped those orphans many years ago. And here are some of the projects AmeriCares and Zango have been involved in. Somalia, 34,000 pounds of nourishment were delivered there, enough to feed 13,000 severely malnourished refugees for a month. And East Africa, in fact, America's medical director, Dr. Frank Baya, is quoted in this article, and he says, Zango meal packs are an effective way to give supplemental feeding to malnourished patients. And Afghanistan, and this quote from Dr. Mark Scottfield in this article, after providing meal packs to patients, our doctors and nurses began to report marked health improvements among patients of all ages. Yes, it really does help. And the Philippines, we were there when they had their typhoon last October. And one of my favorite stories is this story from Ghana. Zango recently delivered 7,000 meal packs for an AmeriCares program targeting 1,800 orphans in the country. And one of the projects is run by this great lady you'll see on the screen here, Naomi. She's the founder of the Royal Seed Home. And she has taken 150 children under her wing, children either orphans or challenged in some way. And actually, I emailed her. I found her on Google and received this email from her and says, thank you very much for your email. I'm grateful. It was good to be working with AmeriCares. The program is good and helped me a lot. So a great story how we're helping in Ghana. And this great quote from Mrs. Soy Chia, a young mother who recently gave birth, shared, "I eat the Zango meal pack 4 times a day, which provides special vitamins while I'm nursing my baby." Isn't that cool? So Zango responds to global crisis with meal packs wherever they're needed, and by combining this Zango's proven business model with AmeriCare's philanthropic expertise, everyday people working together have already been able to provide more than 5 million meals to those in need and earn an income in the process. Yes, you can become a social entrepreneur through Zango. How does it work? Just as they do with their health products, instead of paying advertisers, Zango rewards those who help spread the word with a percentage from each meal pack. Now, the cost of 40 meals is $120 delivered anywhere in the world as needed. And when you share this video with someone else and they join the cause, Zango will simply credit you with a referral fee. And when you tell just 3 or 4 people about the Meal Pack Project, and they do the same, and the people they've told do the same, you've created a movement that grows by multiplication instead of addition. Now, let's say you create a network of 100 caring people who are providing 4,000 meals every single month. As a social entrepreneur, Zango will provide you with an additional income stream of around $1,000 per month. And if you're a really big thinker, of course, you could build a network of 1,000 or 10,000 like-minded people all looking to make a big difference in a world that needs it. For instance, in this example, 1,000 social entrepreneurs could provide 40,000 meals every single month, with each of us just contributing $120 a month. Wow, now that's the power of a network, people working together to make a difference. What Zango and AmeriCare have done is they've created a system of giving with a fully functioning infrastructure already in place. This model makes giving ongoing, perpetual, and self-sustaining. This is not a one-time thing. This is ongoing and self-sustaining. And because this form of giving is incentivized, it makes sense for those who are passionate to take the time to inspire others to join with them in this cause. And I'd like to invite our special guest on tonight, Renee Peterson, who definitely inspires me and has a great story to share about the meal pack. Are you there, Renee?
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you loud and clear. Hi, Renee.
Hi. Thanks for having me on tonight, Art. This is very exciting. So when I first heard about the idea of earning money and helping to fight world hunger, I'm going to be really honest with you, it felt a little uncomfortable to me. But I'd been using Zango's products for years, and I trusted the company because they've done so much work, as Art mentioned, over the years, philanthropic work, especially for children's charities. And I used to be a social worker in my past life, so that was a really big deal to me. But world hunger is a little bit different. It's such a massive problem. It's so big that it's really hard to feel like you can do anything. And I don't know if you're like me, but when I used to see those commercials that would come on about the starving children, my heart would just ache, but I wouldn't know what to do about it. I knew that if I donated, I wasn't 100% sure of where the money was going. I didn't know if the program was sustainable or if it was even really getting to the kids that I was seeing on the TV. So I donated to the Zango Meal Pack program every month, but I didn't become passionate about it until a couple things happened in my life. I'm a mom, and I have 3 wonderful kids, but one day I was driving in the car with my infant daughter, and it was kind of a long drive, and she woke up before I thought that she was going to. She woke up in the car, and like all babies do, she started crying and crying to be fed. So I was only about 15 minutes away from where I could nurse her, but she didn't know that. And the need that she felt was so overwhelming, it was just heartbreaking. And then it kind of just hit me that there are parents out there who have children crying for food who can do nothing. They can't wait 15 minutes and get their kids food. They can do nothing. And to me, that would be much worse than starving myself, is watching my own children suffer because of hunger. And so I believe that it really shouldn't matter where the meals are coming from. It should only matter that they get there. And AmeriCares makes sure that that happens. And so they're just so reputable. And the second thing that that kind of hit me was exactly what Art has been talking about on this presentation. I started seeing social entrepreneurship, for-profit philanthropy all around me and everything. In fact, if you haven't seen it, there's an amazing TED Talk called The Way That We Think About Charity is Dead Wrong. And the man who gave this talk raised more money for AIDS and breast cancer faster than Hands Across America, Kiva, USA for Africa, Product Red, American Idol Gives Back combined, more than all of those charities combined. And he did it by using a for-profit charity model partnered with a direct sales company. And I think it was more than $300 million in donations that they raised, which is huge. So it's kind of a hard concept to grasp when you first look at it. I know because I was there, but the model works. It works, and it helps everyone involved. And that's why my family and I buy the meal pack every month. Thanks.
Well, thanks a lot, Renee. That's fabulous, and I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your heart and your story. It's a wonderful thing that we can do when we can be involved in something that helps other people. I think there's something in us always that wants to be of service and make the world a better place. So thank you for that, Renee Peterson. And, the meal pack, each meal pack purchased makes a meaningful and lasting difference in the lives of others, as you can imagine from hearing from Renee, and it doesn't require a huge amount of time and money. That's what's great about this. All you do is share this revolutionary way of doing good by doing well by doing good with others. So what we're looking for are social entrepreneurs to join our team and help spread the word. And this is a way to reward ordinary people for making an extraordinary impact. And while 5 million meals is impressive, our goal is to provide 100 million meals in the next 3 to 5 years to those in need. Now, one person can make a difference, can't they? We've heard that tonight. And the question is, will it be you? So I hope it will. And I'm going to change the world, and this is my plan. And Terry and I are very excited to be involved with this program. I think as you get older in life, you realize that you want to make sure that you're making some sort of a contribution. We've reached a lot of our financial goals. We have a beautiful home in the country. We've paid off all of our debts. What can we do to make a difference? What can we do to help other people? What can we do to make a contribution? I think all of us want the world to be a better place. In order to do that, we have to take some sort of an action step. And what I like about this is it's a cause that we can get behind, that we can galvanize a large group of people, like-minded people that care about the world, care about something other than themselves, that want to get together and create this network of people that are helping each other. And we can share, as we build this network together, we can share our hearts and our stories and messages of hope as we hear about them from all over the world. So I'd like to thank you for coming on and having a look at our project. Hopefully you'll get involved and help us make a difference and hit those 100 million meals in the next 3 to 5 years. We can do it. Thank you, everybody. Good night now.